So if you're a shareholder in GCB, you need to hear this. So there has been an update concerning the GCB dividend payment that was earlier announced in May 2025 after the annual general meeting for GCB shareholders. You should have an email that states like this. So I got this email from GCB stating that there is an update concerning the dividend payments and you need to hear this. So what is the letter about? The letter is an update to GCB shareholders. It's talking about the dividend payment that was approved earlier this year. So dividend is just the money a company pays to their shareholders from the profits they make at the end of the year. In the letter, they said, we plan to pay you dividends, but unfortunately, we can't proceed because of regulatory issues. So right now, GCB is facing some regulatory issues that I want to, let you guys know about it. Let's go through the letter and get to understand what the letter is actually saying. I believe it's very simple for you to understand, but I want us to talk about this and also explain to somebody who doesn't understand, because I got a lot of emails that they really want to understand what the email sent by GCB means, or what is the content in the email. So at the end of the general meeting on May 2nd, 2025, shareholders voted to approve a dividend for 2024 financial year. So the dividends has to go through approval. However, this was subject to the regulators' no objection, meaning the Bank of Ghana had to confirm that they had no issue with the payment before it could go ahead. So the shareholders' dividend has to go through regulatory process before they can share it to shareholders. After the general meeting, the bank continued talking to the regulator, but in a letter which was dated in April 15th, 2025, the regulator objected the dividend payments, as you can see in the letter. And the main reason was that the bank is not compliant with something called a single obligor limit. It is a rule that stops banks from lending too much money to a single person or a borrower or either a customer or something. It ensures that the bank doesn't risk too much of its fund to one client, right, or one customer. It could be so much dangerous if one client has so much money of your company. So let's say the company has about 100 billion and you give about 80 billion to one company or one client. You should think about the catastrophe that will happen if these clients can't pay. So the issue came from a restructured cocoa bills debt, right, related to the cocoa sector that were converted into bonds. So when GCB converted those cocoa loans into bonds, the regulator, which is Bank of Ghana, said this caused them to exceed the allowed limit for lending to one borrower. So hence, they are non-compliant. So someone will ask, why does it actually affect the dividend payment? At the end of the day, they've released their financial statement and everything. The regulator has not given the required no objection. This means that GCB cannot legally proceed with paying dividends to shareholders until this issue is resolved, and they need to meet all the regulatory requirements again. So this letter is just saying that we want to pay dividends to shareholders, but as far as Bank of Ghana is stopping us, we need to get the green light from Bank of Ghana before we are allowed to proceed. So if you look through the letter, you can see there's a background on these cocoa bills. So in the past, cocoa bills were short-term debts. They were short-term government instruments which were treated like how treasury bills are treated, very safe and short-term. But the cocoa bills are now reclassified them as a long-term bond, which changes how they are treated under financial regulations. Because of this, GCB's holdings in the bonds have temporarily caused the breach of regulatory limits. That is non-compliance issue. So until this, there is no way Bank of Ghana is going to allow them to proceed to paying dividends until this issue is resolved. So this letter is also reassuring shareholders that the bank is actively engaging with Bank of Ghana to resolve this matter as quickly as possible. And they are also in constant discussion to fix the compliance issue so that they can pay the dividends later. So in the letter, you can see GCB is also apologizing for the inconvenience and also reassures investors that they are committed to following all the regulations and the bank also remains financially strong. They are also protecting shareholders' value, which remains a top priority. As an investor or as a shareholder in GCB, what do you think? Are you going to sell your shares? Are you going to keep them? To me, I'm not going to sell my shares because I'm in for long term. So what are you going to do? Are you going to buy more GCB, or you're going to wait for it to fall? Or do you think the stock is going to fall so you can buy more? Let me know in the comment section below. Please make sure to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to like this video, share it to someone who needs to hear this. I'm Benjamin, and I'll see you in my next video.